so-called alien spacecraft that the US apparently has hidden away in some bloody shed somewhere. How did they get here? Well, that's a bloody good question, Johnny. Well, it's a question that needs to be asked. Well, it seems, Johnny, and we've mentioned this before in a previous bloody documentary, it seems these bloody craft, they can come from fucking trillions of bloody miles away, and as soon as they start flying around here, around above the mountains and everything, they apparently crash. Now, if that doesn't sound a bit paradoxical, Johnny, I don't know what does. Do they just come down here and crash?
I'm not saying that they couldn't do it. I'm not saying... but they would be able to figure that out, but they would still not know how to land? They could travel faster than the speed of light. They could basically defy the laws of physics, because that's what they'd have to do to get here. But then they couldn't land. They didn't know how to land their spaceship. That doesn't make sense to me.
So, Johnny, these spaceships, they have to have some sort of bloody travelling technology to even get here. So if they've got this technology, Johnny, they're going to have some sort of, like, wormhole technology. Wormhole technology? You mentioned that the other day, John.
Meaning, because the sheer distances makes it virtually impossible for aliens to have visited Earth. If aliens traveled at the speed of light, it would take 10,000 travel years from the closest solar system, millions of travel years from others.
Yeah, wormhole technology, a bit like this.
So if you watched any kind of sci-fi show that dealt with space travel and such, you'll more than likely have heard of the concept of wormholes. To put it in the most basic of terms, wormholes are shortcuts in the universe. You go in through one side of the universe and you come out in an area that is really far away from where you were just a few minutes ago.
What?
In 1935, Einstein and Nathan Rosen illustrated the idea through the theory of general relativity, proposing bridges across space-time, connecting two different points of space-time, and theoretically creating a shortcut that could reduce travel distance and time.
But that does sound a bit technical, Johnny. But just imagine if they're a million years more advanced than us, they'd be able to do it. Another technology they might have, Johnny, a similar sort of thing, would be warp speed. Warp speed? You mean like Star Trek? Yeah, warp speed. Yeah, like bloody Star Trek, Spock and all those.
For all we know, nothing can travel faster than light. Light speed seems to be the universal speed limit for everything that's moving in space. Unless we build a spaceship capable of distorting space-time. A spaceship equipped with warp drive. Our craft would be encased by a large ring that would compress space-time in front of the spaceship and expand it to the rear of it. It wouldn't be the spacecraft moving over the cosmic speed limit. It would be space-time itself moving around the spacecraft.
But unless they've got warp speed or bloody wormhole technology, they fucking won't be able to do it. Right, well, Jesus. So although this whole bloody story is intriguing, Johnny, it's intriguing, all right, it sort of bloody doesn't make sense. It's got this sort of, as I said earlier, paradoxical sort of a quality about it that if they can get here and got the technology to get here they're not just going to come down here and fucking crash, are they? And if they do crash after all that, they're bloody useless.